.5 Sofa FM. It's now time of our second part of our house guest edition. Yes, we're inside this Wednesday, the 18th day of September 2024. With me virtually is Miss Safiya Paul from the Piton Sparks Senior National Team Captain. Good morning, Miss.
Good morning.
It's been a pleasure, and it's been a while as well. But let me welcome you to the
Yes.
platform. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Kabrina. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me again, as usual, supporting all things
Yes,
for
it's
our
always a
community.
pleasure to host these. It's always a pleasure, to facilitate.
I
I'm
appreciate that.
excited just as you, given the fact that this series of tournament is happening pretty soon.
Yes.
All about supporting the sports, supporting development,
Mhm.
um, not only on an academic level as well, but great things are definitely happening in the sporting arena. And
Correct.
who better to tell us than Miss Paul? But with that being said, I don't want to do too much talking. This is your opportunity to introduce yourself virtually and to the listening audience as well. Again, good morning to you.
All right. So I am Safiya Paul. I consider myself a Je Soufre, even if I wasn't born there. My mom is from Soufre.
Yes, sir.
So I still take it on. I'm a just souffre. At least I want to be one. So I live in Groseley. As you mentioned, I'm part of Peter Sparks, our senior national netball team. And we are on our final 2 days of training today and tomorrow as we go into competition starting on Sunday for the fourth annual ECCB International Netball Series.
Nice. Could you speak to us in terms of how has training been? I know there can be a lot of anxiety as you prepare. You have to dot your I's and cross your T's. Definitely, it is one that you want to bring it home to St. Lucia.
Correct. So we are hosting the tournament, and so our team is has been preparing now very hard. Even myself, I came back into netball. We have a couple of our more senior players who came off of retirement, they like to say, because we are very laser focused on ensuring that we keep that title in St. Lucia since we're hosting the tournament. So we have been training very hard. We have a coach actually from Jamaica, Coach Connie Francis. She has not been letting up. She's been giving us the rigor. So a lot of people notice like even our bodies have changed. We look, we a little different because the training has been very intense. So we're on our last 2 days, so it's a little less intense, but I'm telling you, she doesn't take her foot off the gas with regards to making sure that we're prepared to make St. Lucia proud.
A bit of a knowledge for persons who do not know about Peter and Sparks. Tell us.
So Peter Sparks is the name that we have decided to give our team, Team St. Lucia. We started with that name when we went to qualifiers about 2 years ago. Of course, Peters, as you know, from Soufre, that's our icon for our country. And then we wanted to add a name that would, describe us. We believe that we're sparks, we're on fire, we're lit, So we're ready to put blood on the turf this coming week here in St. Lucia, Bosseju Indoor Stadium. So that's what the name is about. It's representing St. Lucia and representing us as the team because we're going to be on fire.
You also shared a little with me in terms of the Shamrock Sports Club, where you came from,
Yes.
the international workers. How has that really been for you? And I think the mantra to that would be never giving up and continue to just go for what you want.
Yes. So I'm part of the Shamrock Sports Club. We actually have 3 clubs represented this year in our national team. So Shamrock Sports Club is one. We also have To the Max Academy, and then we have Avengers Sports Club. So that's where our national players have come from this time. And so there's a good mix of us from the ones the clubs I would say that remain active in netball.
Also, the weekend saw a bounding session in Sofred. Can you share that with us? How
Oh
was it?
yes. So we came to Sufre on Sunday. It was amazing. We first started at the Sulphur Spring. So big thank you to the Sufre Development Foundation for accommodating us. We were their guests actually. So we had some time to unwind. You know, the muscles have been aching and burning and working hard. So it was a good time to be able to get that heat to help us with our muscle repair. Once we were done with that, we went over to Ted Paul. Again, they welcomed us, they hosted us. We had lunch there. We also had some activities, some team bonding activities. We got to get some pictures with the Peters, Peter Sparks and the Peters in the background. So that was definitely a good time for us to unwind because we've been everything has been training, 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 training. I mean, we get our time to do our things personally, but as a team, we haven't had that opportunity to sort of relax, unwind, maybe get to know each other a little more personally, a little closer, because all of that is instrumental in making sure that when we get on the court, we are unified towards that one goal of going for gold. So it was really a good time. I want to thank the people of Sufre, like I said, the Regional Development Foundation, Ted Paul, for the people of Sufre, just for making us feel warm and at home, refreshing. The air is always clearer in Sufre. So it definitely helped us to rejuvenate and be ready for this coming Sunday.
Could you share with us in terms of your contingent, the 12 players, management, reserves, etc.?
Yes, absolutely. So in no particular order, I'll share some of the names. So Melika Destan, who's our vice captain. We have Shem Maxwell, Lizzie Dorvius, Haley Alexander, Safiya William, Melissa Alfred, Sanya Antoine, Desha Eugene, Sayana Emmanuel, Jemiah Marshall, Semaj Margaret. And then we have three reserve players, which are Kalia Stevens, Zenia Joseph, and Lakeisha Felix. And then our head coach is Connie Francis, assistant coach Donnelly Joseph, and then our manager is DeSilva Flotton, and assistant manager Suzette Jacob. We also have a physiotherapist who is Eva Stanislas. So we have a good team of 20 here who we have been together and pushing hard so that we can make St. Lucia proud. And ourselves, of course.
Yes, there you have it again. Speak to us with the weekend games and persons who definitely want to come out and see this thing unfolding.
Yes.
The Boseju indoor facility. Um, Tell us a bit
Yeah.
more
So there
how
are
you
actually,
organize.
so we have 7 other countries I will be competing against, namely Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Cayman Islands, Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Our first game is this Sunday at 3 p.m. against Montserrat. It's right after the opening ceremony of the game. So it's a good time, a good Sunday lime. Hopefully people can bring out the family, bring out the kids. Maybe there's young females who are interested in the sport. Bring them out to see the sport at a high level. These are the senior games. We actually hosted an under 16 tournament earlier this year. So that was our youth were out there. We actually had quite a few from Sufre on that team. So we definitely want to make sure that we have the continuation, get the interest back up because it has been lacking a bit for netball. We know that. So we're doing our part to see how we can fire up the sport again to make sure that it's across the island, people can come out and be involved in it.
Nice. So, as we get set to the 11 o'clock hour, I know a lot of things are happening behind the scenes as well to prepare persons, and we tend to actually lose a bit of a focus. I think being so tense and nerve wracking, and at the back of the mind, it's like we want to win, we want to bring it home. So, based on the training, where would you say players are on a 50 to 100 scale?
For my 50, I would definitely give my players 90 just because I don't want to be cocky. I would say 100, but I'll give 90. I'll give some room because there are things that we need to tighten up, strengthen, but we've been working hard. A lot of our game has changed. Like I said, we're under the direction of Coach Connie Francis from Jamaica. She herself has had a whirlwind of experience from World Cup all the way down, being a player and coach in all of those situations. So she has brought all that knowledge and has transformed us. Our team definitely looks different. Even myself, I'm doing things that I've never done before in netball. So we've definitely at 90. And these next 2 days we'll do the 10. So we'll make sure we're at 100% on Sunday.
And of course, at this time, again, encouragement to the team, encouragement to you, enough love and support, and
Yes,
put your best
thank
foot
you.
out there as well.
Yes, thank you so
What do
much.
you really see would be working against you guys? Huh? What do you see?
And, is if we have too many unforced errors, that's one of the things our coach kind of tries to remind us of and drills into us. Whenever we don't follow the plays or the tacticals, or we kind of, regress into our old ways. For me, for instance, sometimes, you're learning new things, but then you get off the gas and maybe do something you used to do versus what you should be doing. So I think that's one of the things that we have to remain focused, cut out, the unforced errors or limit them to nothing, ensure we convert every one of our center passes, and then we are definitely going to be victorious.
Definitely. We have Bevan Bart. Big up Sophia Lovely Day. We have Demax. Big up you,
Yes,
Staffalia, Peter
yes,
Scott.
that's our
We have
teammates.
we
That's our
have
team.
none other than Vern Destiny Alexander, all the best team. And of course,
Thanks, Boone. That's
Lucia,
our captain last year, Miss Boone. Come back to netball, girl.
and Lucia will continue to represent. And when we look at the scorecards, definitely we will see St. Lucia 6, Montserrat nil.
Right.
Those are just
More.
early predictions.
100.
Early predictions, of course. Your encouragement once again for sure. Continue to stay the course. What appeal would you really love to make to your colleagues, given it's just a few days away?
To my teammates, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, just to remain focused and to keep working hard. We all have been working very hard, like I said, coming outside of ourselves, doing a lot of things that we've not done before with regards to our fitness. That has definitely improved a lot. So I see that carrying us all the way through to the games, especially the more tougher ones that will be a little later in the fixtures. We also cannot neglect all the people, like you mentioned, that have been working behind the scenes, from our executive, our president, Mrs. Rufina Paul, our vice president, Tanya Antoine. Actually, she's our vice president on the executive, and she's also a player. So we have people, Shem is also an executive and she's a player. So we have people doubling up on roles to make sure things happen, and we cannot neglect to thank them. We also have a local organizing committee, a bunch of volunteers helping us to execute this tournament. So we cannot neglect all these people. We have friends, families, people that some of us don't even know. We were at cricket on the Thursday outside asking for donations, and we had a bunch of random people, strangers, come up and give us some finances to help us in our team. So we have to say a big thank you to those people who come out, give their time, and their money, even when they don't have to. So we appreciate that. We also have some financial sponsors that I would love to mention, if you don't mind. Ritel Inc., Ale Inc., TM Antoine and Partners, Heineken St. Lucia, Jean Marie's Gas Station, Meat Express, Sedale and Deeper Than Soca, Paul Hippolyte and Associates, Dog Food St. Lucia, Shine Time Limited, Parole Services of the Ministry of Justice, St. Lucia Distillers, the VG Sports Complex, of course, the Super Development Foundation and Ted Paul for last week. Team St. Lucia, a lot of our players are putting in their efforts and their time. It's a love of the sport type of thing. It's a volunteer thing. So like I said, the National Association as well, our wider netball fraternity, because we have a lot of people, even like Vern that you mentioned, that are still involved and giving their support every time they can. And of course, our friends and family from the various districts that continue to advance women in sports, like yourself, Cabrina. We really appreciate and thank you and ask you to come out to Bosseju. We want to see your faces, hear your voice, give us the extra push. We're at 90, so give us the push over to 110 to make sure that we can bring the championship home.
Thank you so much for that. I kindly appreciate that invitation as well. Also, could you speak to match days, the tournament scheduled?
Oh yes. So the tournament is like I said, our first game is 3 p.m. on Sunday. And every day after that, except for Juju Day, we play at 8 p.m. at the same venue. So we're always the last match for the tournament. So, hopefully that gives people some time, get off from work, and they can still come. Our matches will typically be at 8 p.m. With regards to the specifics, we have a website. It's netballcaribbean.org. All the information will be on there with regards to the times. If people want to check out the other games for the other islands, these are also going to be fun to watch. If you're going to come, might as well come and check out the different islands, see what the Caribbean has to offer. There's a bunch. There'll be what 20 per team, seven of them. There'll be 150 odd women, athletic women going at it at the Bosseju indoor facility. So it will be a spectacle to watch. It's not the juniors that we had earlier this year. It is hard body on body. It's not the soft, lovely netball we know about from the past. It's a much tougher sport now since some of the rules have changed as well. So we're looking out. I think people will be, if people come out, I think they'll have a great time because it is great athleticism on display, and you cannot knock that, especially with women in sports. So definitely, please, St. Lucians, if you have some time, spare a little. Let's go, St. Lucia. Shout us out. Please come to the venue. We will be live, because the other islands definitely want to be able to tune in. So if you're unable to come to the venue, please check us out live, because we'll go back after, watch the watch the plays, maybe watch the comments, and that also gives support, once we go to the next game. So we definitely want to encourage people to please come out. Your body and your voice is better than the live, but if you can't make it, we understand. Please tune in.
Hearing you sit here with all your enthusiasm as well, how ready are you to be on the battlefield?
Very ready. Very ready. I'm ready for it to start right now.
Nice.
Yes.
We hope we can see some of that unfolding in Sofra in the near future, of course.
Yes.
With that being said, we have Jemiah Marshall,
Mm-hmm.
Samaj, we have Bevan Bat again saying, show the netball live on YouTube Sunday, all of them Sofra. Yeah. So Sofra
Nice.
Massey is in the house for
Yes,
sharing. And like you mentioned, I think it's a good thing to have it carried live for persons who unfortunately, for whatever reason, may not be able to be there in person.
absolutely. And comment, so when we go back, we'll see it because that's a form of support.
Yeah, definitely. And even to that, it triggers me to bring you back on to share that experience, knowing that the victory is yours and
Yes.
it's already there. You have to claim it. You have already
We
won.
claim it.
You have already
We're
won.
going for gold.
Lucia is
Yes.
great, man. We will do great things for sure.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
How would you like to end your final?
My final word is just to say, firstly, thank you to you for having us this platform to share again, to encourage persons to come out. A very big thank you to our financial sponsors, our in-kind sponsors, our volunteers. There's a big army of people working behind the scenes or in front of the scenes to execute this tournament. So we are greatly appreciative of that. And we definitely want to, encourage people to come out. Like I said, just come to the stadium, choose a day, choose 2 days, all the days. That would be nice because there are actually season tickets as well that you can purchase. So just come out, check out the netball. It's a new age, it's a new day. I hear people say netball die already, but nah, netball is alive and well, and you have to be part of the process to keep it alive. So please come out and support.
I agree with that. And remaining persons, it's from the 20th to the 30th. You talk
Correct.
about ticket indoor sales as well. What are the purchases and persons who
Yes, so the
will be getting
netballcaribbean.org,
funds?
that website, netballcaribbean.org, because I'm not really familiar with what they're doing for ticketing. So the LOC is handling that. But if you go to netballcaribbean.org, all of the information with regards to the schedule, tickets, pricing, anything like that, you can find it on there.
Okay, thank you so much for that. We have Margaret Isman. Well done, Safiya.
Hi, Maggie. Yes, all of us, our team, and that she's one of those in the background as well. We have a lot of people volunteering their time, so we definitely thank them for that. Without them, this would not happen. It's a lot to put on to host a tournament, so we have a lot of people volunteering their time, and we appreciate that very much.
As of anything else, I would love to keep you here to chat the entire day, but duty calls. As
Right.
always, thank you so much for even sharing with us in terms of the upcoming netball tournament.
Yes.
International Netball, fourth ECCB, that is Caribbean Netball Association, presents this initiative. So make
Yes.
it a Oh, someone said tickets at four circles. Thank you so
Okay.
much for that
Okay.
information for
Perfect.
persons who are not fully aware. But again, information will be disseminated to persons who are interested to partake, just witness that tournament, even bring in your family members as well and support
Yes.
this cause.
Just have a little lime. It's a nice lime.
It is
All
definitely
right.
5 after the hour. At this time,
Thank
I say
you.
goodbye. Au revoir, ta-ta, Safia. It's been a pleasure
Bye.
as always to accommodate
Thank you.
to you. I say immense gratitude to all those who join us virtually, sending, their greetings. We do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Have a productive one. And you, our listening audience, frequency, have a productive one. We're signing out. House guest, Wednesday the 18th, 2024. We're out.
You asked for more live and relevant talk shows, and we heard you. 88.5 Super FM presents